What's up, guys? This is TVW slash TheVoltWithin here, bringing you guys the first part to our Elder Scrolls 6 discussion video. This will be titled the Elder Scrolls 6 Let's Talk as well, and I was hoping to talk about a very special topic, and I have to give a shout out to one of my fellow subscribers, Nathan. I believe it was Nathan NDW, something like that. But for sure it was Nathan. But thanks, man, for leaving the comment on my last video talking about that we should talk about the location of the next Elder Scrolls game. And so I had to do a lot of reading and a lot of research because it's been a while since I've been kind of out of the lore of things from Elder Scrolls, because Elder Scrolls Online does no justice at all keeping the lore all together. I mean, it's kind of separate from all the other Elder Scrolls games because it is before Oblivion, and I believe it was before Morrowind. So anyways, basically I kind of want to talk about the possible locations where the next game will be set at, and I had to look into different areas and see what would be more of a good place for the next game to take place. Now, the first thing we have to know or to think about is, will Bethesda make this game in the past, or will the setting be in the near future like Skyrim? I mean, Skyrim took place 200 years after Oblivion, so it wouldn't be a shock if the next game took another 200 years in the future of Skyrim. So, I mean, believe it or not, I think they're going to be moving forward, because I don't think they'll be going back anytime soon. As far as going back to fight the Civil War, I don't think that's going to happen. If anything, that should have been a DLC for probably Skyrim or Oblivion. Primarily Skyrim, because Skyrim just had, in my opinion, Skyrim could have had more possible DLCs in that game, but that's a whole nother talk or discussion in another video. But I was looking at Elsewhere. Now, a lot of people were saying Elsewhere, a lot of people were saying Hammerfell or Valenwood, and a lot of people, I was reading up forums and stuff, and they were talking about this as well. But basically, somebody made a good point, and basically this is what he wrote. He said, in my opinion, from reading many blogs, I think Elder Scrolls will take place in Valenwood and Elsewhere, and involve an inter-Aldemir Dominion war, causing it to break up. I think the Dark Brotherhood may have a major impact in this, because the cliffhanger from Skyrim is that the Dark Brotherhood, spoiler alert, killing the Emperor in one of their final quests, so that leaves the Empire vulnerable. But the Dominion is stalled because of Elsewhere Valenwood conflict. I think this would be very fun and interesting. I think ES6 will end up in Somerset Isle with parts of Valenwood, Cyrodiil, Hammerfell, blah blah blah. And then someone else brought up a good hint, maybe, because I guess Bethesda wrote something on an article, and they're saying, they're pretty much thanking their fans and said, "We hope you stay engaged in the gaming community here and elsewhere," quote. So that guy was pretty much saying that possibly saying Elsewhere was a hint that the next game was probably going to be set into Elsewhere. We don't know. I mean, I can see it a possibility in the next game, and I really don't care where the setting is in the next game, as long as it's not the same place like Skyrim again. It's not a, you know, we call it Cyrodiil and Morrowind, of course. So I would love to see the game being set at Elsewhere. I think it would make the game a lot more interesting, in my opinion, because Elsewhere is all about the cats. It's all about the Khajiit stuff, and a lot of people were wanting a Khajiit type of storyline or quest line in Skyrim, and that's why you see some mods for Skyrim that, you know, there is a mod that you go to Elsewhere, I think, and yeah, basically it's something that they wanted in the game. But other people want to go to Hammerfell. Black Marsh was another one too. But out of all those, you know, locations and settings, I just really feel Elsewhere would be a very cool setting for the next game. I wouldn't mind seeing Black Marsh either, because again, we're dealing with non-human race locations. I mean, Argonians and Khajiits, those are pretty much the two big races that aren't human. I don't really count elves because, you know, they're not really animalized, if that's a word. But Argonians and Khajiits are big races that a lot of people talk about in, you know, Elder Scrolls discussions and whatnot. And I feel like Elsewhere would bring not only like lore friendly stuff, but I think they would do so much more with like Daedric quests impact and whatnot, because in my opinion I really thought Skyrim almost got it right. I mean, they didn't get it completely right with the Daedric Prince's quest lines and whatnot. I felt like they could have been more like crazier, and that sounds, you know, crazy because most of the quests, or the Daedric quests in Skyrim, were pretty top notch. They were pretty, you know, insanely crazy in what you had to do in some of them. But I feel like they can go to the next level in this next game. But I don't know, leave in the comments down below what you guys think. You know, again, Elsewhere, Black Marsh are the two places I would like to see in the next Elder Scrolls game. But at the same time, I really don't care, because, you know, as long as they don't repeat themselves in the next Elder Scrolls game, I feel like it'll be awesome. And besides the main story quest line, that is something I do not know. Because may very well they can continue on what's going on with the allegiance with the Dominion and the Imperials. They could erase that and do something else with that, but I really don't think they will, because again, they are either going to move forward with their next game or they're going to go backwards, and more likely they're going to go forward, because if you think about it, all the previous games besides Elder Scrolls Online, but I don't count that as an Elder Scrolls game because it's totally not in the same universe as Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim, because I mean, it is whatever. I'm not gonna go into that in this video, but if you liked the video, please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and if you have any more suggestions about what I should talk about in the next part of our Elder Scrolls Let's Talk series, I would appreciate it. And this is TheVoltWithin here, guys, and I'll see you guys later.